Hello everybody. How you doing today? I wanted to make a video, mainly because actually something interesting happened to me the other day. At first, I was like in a frantic because I was like, oh great, why is this happening to me? Well anyway, let me explain what happened. I was driving from my house, and I was driving along, and I came to the first red light at the intersection of the main road where I am. So I'm at the corner of this red light where there's a big bank and there's a big old Walgreens on the other side, on one corner. So here I am. I'm sitting at the red light, and just waiting. All of a sudden, right when I was waiting, my car died. Everything was fine at first. I started up the car perfectly fine. I drove where I needed to go until I got to the street light. Then I had to stop at the red light. And while I was stopped for the red light, my car died. And here I am trying to turn the damn thing back on, and it keeps cranking, it just goes, and it did nothing. There was only one time when it actually caught, and when it caught, the whole entire car was shaking like an earthquake. And then finally cut out after like 30 seconds, and that was it. So meanwhile, I'm the one that, I'm blocking everybody. The light turns green, and like I said, I was blocking everybody. And I'm like, okay, great. I gotta turn my freaking flashers on. Now I gotta wait and see what I have to do about the situation. Then I remembered, oh, okay, what I can do is turn on my flashers, get out of the vehicle, and open up the hood and see if there's anything obvious going on under the hood. Well, that's exactly what I did. And after like 5-10 minutes looking at the motor, I couldn't find anything obvious. I even looked inside the car under the dashboard, underneath where the steering wheel of the vehicle is, about where all the fuses are. I looked and I took off the thing for the fuses, looked at all the fuses, and none of them were broken, so the fuses were okay. So I'm thinking, okay, this is obviously an engine problem. The car I'm driving is a 1999 Volkswagen Cabrio convertible. And it's in really, really good condition, and I haven't had any real problems with it until this issue. So here I am trying to figure out what I got to do, and then I remember, oh yes, I have a AAA card. Since there's obviously nothing I can do at this time, I have no choice but to call AAA. Anyway, meanwhile, I get on the telephone and I call them. And I give them all the information about where I am, who I am, my car number, etc. And they said, okay, it's going to be about 45 minutes to an hour before a truck can come by. So I'm like, oh, okay, great. I guess this is normal for, this to happen. And I'm like, okay, great. So about an hour, I'm going to be stuck here at the intersection, just broken down, blocking everybody. Meanwhile, everybody has to go around me. And, you could tell people are really irritated. I actually had a couple people actually yell at me, like it's my fault that my car can't frickin' run. Finally, after like 5 or 10 minutes waiting in the car, after getting off the telephone with AAA, a couple of nice people actually stopped and said, hey, do you want a hand trying to move the car? And I'm like, yeah, because obviously it's too heavy for one person to do, and I didn't want to put it into neutral, and I didn't want the car to go not sliding, but rolling down the road, and me chasing after it. So I had myself and 2 other people who came and helped me. And this was just strangers, nobody that I knew, and I thought this is great. At least there are some decent people out there. But for the most part, I had people yelling at me like, you run out of gas! What the hell is wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. And they're giving me a hard time. I had like a lot of people going like, woo! At me about when they drove by me, like it was actually my problem. I don't know, but that's besides the fact. After dealing with that for a little while, I actually had those 2 people and myself, we pushed it into the parking lot of the bank, which was right near me. So finally we did that, and I thanked them, and I was like, thank you so much. And that's where I waited the rest of the time until AAA got there. So anyway, the AAA gets to where I am, and I give them the card. And we pack it up and everything. And I say, okay, where I want to go back to the dealer, so I can go and figure out what, have them take a look and see what the problem was. So I'm at the dealer. I'm like, okay, great. This is my only ride to wherever I need to go. Hopefully it's not too serious of a mechanical issue. Maybe they can fix it after I wait until they're done, and I pay them, and I can go home. So, well, not home. I was actually going to go and see a friend when I broke down. Excuse me. Ugh. I apologize for the pause. But anyway, finally I get there, and it took them 2 hours of me waiting before they even saw the car. So I'm guessing, obviously, maybe they were pretty busy at the time. But anyway, they went and they take a look at the car finally, and they found out that it was actually a cracked coil in the motor somewhere, and they replaced it, but I couldn't believe how expensive it was. It was $333. So basically it was $148.50 for the actual part, and the other $149.50, whatever the other that make up the difference to make it $333 for the frickin' labor. That's amazing. Because when the guy brought it out, he showed me the cracked part, and yes, it was cracked down. So of course the spark wasn't working right, and it wouldn't start. But it was amazing how small of a part can actually affect the car even running at all. Anyway, got that replaced, paid him off. I was just like, oh my god, this is astronomical. And such a small part. I'm glad it wasn't that much of a big of a mechanical issue. And I just, you know, it was just something I wanted. I guess I just wanted to say I was just amazed by how much, you know, that kind of thing can actually cost. And it was my first time, you know, dealing with a car breaking down. And I understand it's maybe the car's about 2011 now, about 12 years old. So I guess it is prone to breakdowns. I mean, it is an older car, but other than that, it's been kept up pretty well over the years. And I guess these kind of things, they come and go. You know, I had no idea it was going to be a broken coil, cracked. I'm just thank God that it wasn't anything more serious. I mean, you know, you could spend a lot of money on car parts, and the labor, that's where they get you. And also, I brought it right to the dealer. I probably should have gone somewhere where it was a private mechanic, but I didn't know what to do at the time. That just seemed like the best option at the time. But anyway, that's basically a big piece of news that's gone on with me. Like I said, it was a little bit, you know, I was nervous about, like, oh great, I'm blocking everything. It was more or less, I was more nervous about blocking traffic than I was, you know, waiting to get it fixed. But I guess that should be normal. You know, you're blocking everybody, and then also it didn't help that there were assholes out there actually going like, yeah, you got no gas in your car. And of course, I just went to the gas station the day before, so I had like almost a full tank. That's another thing. I'm gonna have to make this another video. The price of gas is astronomical. Out here where I am, it's $3.33 for a gallon of regular. That's insane. But anyway, that's another topic. I don't want to get off too much of a tangent. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys that piece of information, like I probably already said. And thanks for watching my video. I really do appreciate it. And thank you all to my subscribers, and to, most of all, to all my YouTube friends. I appreciate you all. And I'll be talking to you all real soon. Thanks.